Thanks for joining me here for the Daily Bread Bible Study. This is day 186 for Saturday, July 4th, 2020, focusing on Proverbs 18 through 20. So here on the 4th of July for the United States, we have Proverbs 18 verse 13. If one gives an answer before hearing, it is folly and shame. I'm just going to simply note that it's important to listen to other individuals, to seek understanding, to be able to understand where people are coming from, and to try and see how you might be able to help them. So, giving hear before you give an answer. It's pretty clear. Along with this too, in verse 24, it says, "A true friend sticks closer than one's nearest kin." And to say that, the gift of friendship, the gift of having people in your life who are committed to you and love you even without, having any need to do that. Those are the best gifts from God that you can have in your life. And so be gracious to your friends and kind to all the people who are grateful for you. And I give thanks for you as well too. Very much grateful for your love and support by watching this video. Here on day 186, it shows that you're probably not watching it randomly on the internet. But anyways, regardless, I wish you love and blessings, and thanks for watching this portion of it. In Proverbs 19, I selected verses 6, 8, and 17, because there's just a lot of good standalone wisdom here. It says, "Many seek the favor of the generous, and everyone is a friend to a giver of gifts." So when you're generous in your life, people will notice. They'll take notice of it. You'll see your generosity. They'll want to be friends with you and be connected with you, and it makes the world a better place. So I support generosity. In verse 8, it says, "To get wisdom is to love oneself. To keep understanding is to prosper." So just fits the theme of Proverbs, which talks about wisdom being a gateway to self-growth, self-love, self-understanding, self-flourishing, all of these things. Seeking wisdom and learning from the wisdom of others is very helpful in our lives. Proverbs 19:17 says, "Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord and will be repaid in full." This goes along with generosity, and it's important to share, to give what we have. We need to give in order to contribute to this world, to feel like we have an impact on what's happening around us in a positive way. We also have other individuals in this world too who need the gifts that we have to share. Right? We're called to show love to other individuals and to try and do things, like this Daily Bread Bible Study. It's an act of love, right? I don't necessarily enjoy hearing myself talk or trying to come up with things to say, but going through God's scripture is a gift for others, and God's wisdom is something that needs to be talked about. So let's do it. In Proverbs chapter 20, I selected verse 1, which says, "Wine is a mocker, strong drink a brawler, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise." I feel like this is rather critical, and it's also very contextual. In their society, day and time, they valued, contribution and work, and especially working in the fields to make sure that people were able to have food to eat. That was how their society functioned, and how community was kind of built and structured around. And so anybody who is not contributing to that, especially somebody who would be debilitated by drinking too much, would be harmful for themselves and to their society. So that's kind of the truth part of it. But I also feel it's important to note that what's missing here is that people are impacted by alcohol in different ways. Like, some people are more biologically disposed to have a hard time with alcohol, and susceptible to addictions that might come with alcohol, which lead people to not being able to be a part of a society in the way that others might consider productive. And so it's important to manage our addictions, our challenges, anything that we have, to be aware of our flaws and to not put ourselves into those circumstances where we might just be unsuccessful and be harmed through our own actions or the actions of others. But it's also important too to be gracious and kind and say kind words. And as we have in Proverbs, it mentions withholding speaking things that are kind of critical of others. I think this is one example too where I'd much rather seen it be addressed more tactfully instead of just calling somebody not wise, right? It's never good to be called a negative thing. So if you're struggling with any addictions that you might have, know that you're beloved by God. There's nothing you can do to make God love you any more. There's nothing you can do to make God love you any less. At the same time, living in unhealthy environments and cycles is just going to harm you. It's going to take away from your life. It's going to take away joy. It's going to take away pleasure. It's going to take away all the things that make life worth living. So it's important to, to invite other people into that challenge, and especially people who are deserving of that, and to know that there is help out there if you are looking for it. So to close for today, I have Proverbs 20:29, verse 29. It says, "The glory of the youths is their strength, but the beauty of the aged is their gray hair." We in our United States society often love to idealize youth. I just even heard the other day from an older individual, "Man, I'd love to be your age again." And we idealize youth, but I think it's also important too that other societies in the world, especially societies that have existed, understand that wisdom comes with age and experience, and the beauty of the aged is their gray hair. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's a natural part of aging, and also it means too that you've lived long enough to be able to experience that in your life, that you've lived a full and long life, and that you're able to enjoy where you are at. It's a natural part of life to age, right? And as the riddle that I like to say, what always goes up and never comes down? It's age, right? Our age is something that we always hope that increases and goes up. And may you be able to celebrate the passage of life as you age and get older and experience that. Yes, it's going to come with more challenges, but at the same time it will come with more blessings. And so just be mindful of the blessings even in the midst of the challenges, and be able to call your life a very good gift from God. So may you live long age, may you get to see joyful things in your life, and may God bless you this day.